See the ground behind me? A couple months ago, it was just a field of weeds. Now they're putting fresh mulch in, and flowers too. Isn't it neat that any surface can be improved? So, what about me and what about you? If we are already at the standpoint of spiritual perfection, what is there to improve? Now, that's not a entitled statement, and it's not a perfectionism. Divine love makes us whole and complete right now in her reflection. So there will be people watching this video saying she needs to get her roots done. Others will watch this and say, "Gah, she's still recording a poem?" And they'll send messages. Why don't you get a little bit more made up? Or messages that say, can't you learn how to be more professional? And I poem on because when I'm walking my dear pup, I hear ideas that help me. And I want to share them in case they respond to your precious thought. So I'm passing this ground that's being prettied up, and I get this idea, of course, it always feels we can be improved upon because we're really letting go all the thoughts of what we're not. If you stand still and hug this truth that there's zero wrong with precious you, guess what that does? It says no more to all the things that are doubting. It says no more to all the doubts of your ability. It makes you hold yourself in check and strive for more accountability. Knowing that you are whole and complete gives you spiritual wings. Okay, so for the people that need the practical example, let me give you one. Sometimes I overthink just a little bit of what I need to do, let me get out of the way, for maintaining accurate records, bookkeeping. For those of you that might not know what I mean by that, bookkeeping is your system of recording your expenses that you spend. So what do I spend on gas? What do I spend on food? That matters. And also, what do I spend on things that help me share what I do in my work? Okay, so all this time, I've wrestled with this bugger in my thinking that says, you're not doing it right, Tree, regarding my bookkeeping. And it shows up every day that I sit down to my desk and it wants to tell me over and over, you're such a complete mess. And I know this voice so very well. It's the not me voice that I've talked about. Everything that denies our precious worth is never our truth, even though it shows up in our voice. So on Tuesdays, I've nicknamed Tuesdays for me personally, Tuesday Tax Day, I sit down and I devote moments to bookkeeping. It's just a little practice of mine. Maybe it would be something you want to do too. But just to hush up this belief you're not doing it right, I called H&R Block and had a little conversation too. And sure enough, I told the gal everything that I'm doing for my bookkeeping. And she said, right on. You're doing exactly what you need to be. And this is just a little small, wahoo! But I'm sharing it here because it represents a spiritual truth. As we come to trust our heart, there's nothing wrong, ever, with who we are. My heart to yours. For lack of feeling like I don't want to ramble, I'll pause this right here poem. Trust your heart. You know exactly what to do. And the more honest you are, you'll fulfill it. It's true. Big hug. Happy Tuesday.